The hub is being banned in Florida, and somebody sent me this in the morning when I didn't ask to learn about information about the news, but I feel like this is a great gateway opening discussion to something that I deeply care about. I was a little bit of a beater back in the day. Rocky in the meat freezer is what they called me. Just boom, 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 sacking my boy up, knocking him out, hitting him on, loosey goosey. Just going before every day at school, I would just boom, 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 going out, hit the white liquid, hitting the wall, not cleaning my socks. It sounded like shattered glass when my socks hit the ground. It was diabolical because there was so much of it. It was everywhere. Oh my goodness. 2 mammary glands just on a woman. Oh my goodness. Sometimes the supple curve would get me going. I was a little bit excited, just enjoying the subtle minutia of what I was witnessing. I enjoyed the aspect of body to body contact more than I enjoyed anything on this planet. And I had an addiction. I had an addiction to it. I would see depraved, nonsensical things. I would see women with male phalluses. I would see things that got me excited, and it was horrifying. I watched it every day, and I eventually decided to stop. But it was very difficult because even if you do stop, doesn't mean you can get away from it. It's everywhere. It's on Twitter. Sometimes your friends will post about how they're starting an OF. You would see it everywhere. It's just all over the spans and confines of things because it sells. Even if you don't want to see it, it sells. In PG-13 movies now, it's everywhere. The promiscuity, the disgust of it. I went to Pride, and it's everywhere. Now, that's a whole different thing as well because of the repression of how much homosexual people were oppressed back in the day. They want a place to express themselves because Pride is their safe space where they can finally express who they really want to be, and I'm very happy about that. I'm proud of that. However, on Twitter or X, whatever your volition is to call it, it is everywhere. The hub is getting banned. Since the hub is banned, people have now demanded a 10-fold increase in VPNs. There is a demand of a 10-fold increase in VPNs. That is an insane metric and a horrifying number to bring up because it tells me that people need de-stressors. Even if you are addicted to the manoclade of PORN, if you're addicted to the hub, there are still other sites, right? There's a bunch of other sites. You can just watch HENTAI. You can just watch that. That's what you can do. I feel like I'm doing a spelling bee right now. Oh, my words are so good. You could do that. That would be easy, right? You could just go find something else to do, or you could start working out, or maybe you could find something more productive to do with your day. But because it's so active and available, and because men get upset with it, when I was younger, in my youth, I used to message men for women. I used to message them because men would send me absolutely depraved things. They would send me psychopath tendency levels of nonsense. They would send me stuff that shook me to my absolute core. One time, I had fancied seeing how depraved and nonsensical a man could be on this platform. I just was curious what they could do. I used to message men on OF, and he sent me all of his hair. Now you're probably wondering, where's this hair from? This is a combination of chest hair and hair from the phallus and posterior regions. I keep this in the bag to remind myself of what men are. And I don't mean all men. I know you're going to comment, not all men are like that. Some women would choose the bear. I don't care about that. That's you've missed the point. Good for you. I don't want to talk to you. The man that sent me this then proceeded to send me his ear. He sent me his ear in an ice box. Because the P.O. box was linked to me because I didn't want the women getting sent, a vat of acid or a bomb, I was more than willing to take on the risk of whatever it was. He sent me his ear. And I thought it was fake until I got it sent in to the cops, and they said, "Who sent you this?" And I said, some guy who's obsessed with me. And they said, you need to run. This is very bad. You have a deranged man tracking you down. This is a real ear. Scared me. Shook me to my core. Made me turn white despite my chocolatey expressor of skin. I was horrified by this. Because he loved a girl who has never actually spoke to him. And we didn't have any deep conversations. It was all provocative. He had a wife and 2 kids. And he told me about his wife. He told me about his little girl, she was in soccer. He told me about how he hadn't slept with his wife in 3 months. And I know a lot of guys are going to comment, see, that's your problem. See, if he was sleeping with a wife, then perhaps, he wouldn't be obsessed with all these women. That's not true, because another instance happened in that very same vein. Another instance happened where a man was having proactive intercourse with his woman. It was amazing. He would express how amazing it was to me, the person who was messaging for the girl. He would express every detail, and he would say, "I want to do what I do to my wife to you." It doesn't matter if you are or aren't getting it. It matters not where your volition is or where it lies on the spectrum. Addiction to this is because sometimes it's a little bit naughty. Ooh, it's naughty. Oh, my wife doesn't know about what I'm doing. Sometimes you just really need a friend, and you need somebody you can rely on. Sometimes you just need somebody who you can talk to about the deepest, darkest thoughts you have inside of your dungeon. Sometimes you're so desperate and drastically misguided in your loneliness that you do all sorts of stupid things in its name. You don't mean to message that OF model, but it makes you feel nice. You don't mean to actively subscribe to a $50 subscription and actually pay and tip $2,000 and take out a loan just to tip on that streamer's profile thing and think you're actually going to get a response from her when she just reads the donation in chat and says thank you. That's just enough for you, and you record that because you're watching it on OBS. You are gaining a parasocial relationship with people who will never acknowledge you. They will never love you. You need a real connection because this isn't real. This online interaction we're having, this parasocial relationship we have isn't real. It's not. It's really not. And when you watch a woman and you get out of the spank bank and you get that release and that clarity hits, oh, your third eye opens, you feel it going throughout your entire body. Oh, wait a minute. This woman's disgusting. I'm disgusting. Let me clean myself up with a rag of some sort, a wet napkin, one might say. Get off of me. Huh. You toss it away. You hide the evidence so your wife or girlfriend doesn't find out because you're not supposed to be watching that. And your wife or girlfriend feels really bad about you watching it because she is a skinny, petite woman. And you're watching big, voluptuous cheeks shake up and down because you are obsessed with the nonsense of the female form. It's disgusting. You love the womanhood of it all. And sometimes you go a bit deeper. You're tired of seeing just big black women, tired of seeing BBWs, tired of seeing that. You want to see something more. You want to see something more. You want to see women who are incredibly short, super petite. You want to see women who are sleep deprived, skinny, pregnant women. You want to see all this. You want to see women with a cleft foot. You want to see ugly women. You want to see bald women. You want to see hairy women. You want to see Indian women. And you just have a repertoire. And you made a separate Reddit just so you could have all these subreddits that you follow, that you can see all these nasty things. You just want to see everything. And then you finally get into the trans community. And you like women that have a phallic member. And you download Grindr because now you're getting a little bit curious. And now it gets worse. And you keep pushing on and pushing on and pushing on. And then it becomes more than an addiction because you're actually participating in the addiction more than just watching it from an afar. You're like a gambler playing with it, but it's fun. It's exciting. It makes your life have spice because you don't know how to deal with being bored. You don't know how to deal with your own boredom, and that makes you sad. It makes you crazy a little bit. It makes you go a little nuts. It makes you go a little bit psychotic, a little bit sicko, and you don't know how to deal with it because you're not used to being bored. Your brain has to be stimulated. While you were insulting the children for the TikTok brain and watching the Subway Surfer stuff, you've now become addicted to it because at the bar they're playing 15 different things, and now you're addicted to it too, and now you're feeling like a psychopath, and it's messing you up. You didn't mean to buy 15 different OFs. You didn't mean to tip that girl so she'd say your name. You didn't mean to gift 50 gifted subs, and now you're in the hole, and now you got to take out a loan, and your wife's asking where the money is, but you just pick up some extra shifts at overtime, and as you pick up the extra shifts at overtime, you're getting stressed because your wife is nagging at you, but she's the only one that understands online. She's the only one that understands. Pokimane is the only girl that understands me. Belle Delphine sent me a smiley face, and that means so much to me. You are lost. You are lost, and it is sad. It is an addiction. With the increase of the banning on the promiscuity, where they're asking for age verification so children don't get into the addiction that is becoming more prolific, and people are just actively bots, and you're getting tricked by bots and scammed by women with crypto on your negative in the account, and you're getting scammed by beautiful women simply by the virtue of them being beautiful. They're rewarded for their existence. You are losing yourself. You really are. I know some psychopath is going to comment, but there are some men that also have OFs, and you got to do that too. Yeah, there are. And while the same vein as you insult these women, the same breath, the same exact breath that you insult these women, in the very same breath you love them, the same breath you insult them. It's weird that you want to see them in the buff, and then say, oh, your value is less because you do this kind of stuff. But you bought it. You bought it. Yeah, I could just pay $10 to see it. It's free. You can pay $10 to see it. It's free. You can pay $10 to see it. It's free. Yeah, I would never. Dude, you're talking it up for the boys. Because in the private DMs, you're saying the worst things. You're asking her to fill a bag with poop and step on it, a Ziploc bag, mind you. That's what you're asking. You're asking her to drink her own urine. I've seen it. And it's disgusting. Not the actual drinking urine, the men messaging it. I've seen you tip $10,000 just to have her do armpit farts for 2 minutes. I've seen it. I've seen the worst of it. And I know what it is. It's loneliness. It's wanting to push your wealth around because you want somebody to do something for you. You are not interested in a partner. You're interested in the physical form of somebody because you think that your infatuation means something. It means nothing to these women. They don't care about you and they never will. And that's okay. It's perfectly fine if they never care about you. They don't have to. You have to care about yourself. Stop doing that. I'm so sorry that you have an addiction to it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.